sculptures surrounding the sound sources, I wanted to make very geometrical structures as a kind of contrast to the speakers in them, which were cast in earth with concrete. The structures, they are based on the golden measure, and they represent humanity's drive to create order and abstract beauty out of the seemingly chaotic energies in the nature. And at the same time, the sculptures with the sounds are meant to allude to the basic energies of ships, sailing, the sea, longing, and create a kind of emotional base for studying a series of printed works on the gallery walls, which deal with my relationship to my father, who was a captain on a cargo ship.
So we have the very low drones in the middle here. It's a bass shaker, so there's not an actual speaker. So the entire bench in the center here is vibrating. It feels a bit like sitting on a bench in a boat with the motor running. It's these long drones on an assortment of pitches that kind of do just that. They kind of change the center of gravity of everything else you hear. In the bell, there's a bunch of bell sounds, among other things. They're actually made from a number of Indian bells, actually, just because I like the sound of them. And there's a lot of repetitive rhythms, particularly kind of clanking sounds that remind me very much of boats and the kinds of repetitions of patterns you get with boats. There's just a kind of a sprinkling of sounds that come in at various points here. And then on the other side, there's a couple of recordings. One is the radar station at Uta, this island off the coast of Finland, where I spent a bunch of time recording. There's also a set of nightingale recordings that were made there as well that are used, as well as more of the same kind of musical material that's here. Once again, it's all mostly concentrated on repetitive rhythms rather than melodic kinds of things. And the nightingales and the radar themselves are both used kind of rhythmically as well. The radar is this really soft, kind of spooky, almost sounds like maybe an owl or something like that, except for the fact that it's so incredibly steady and rhythmic. And the nightingale sings like clockwork, like and it did when I recorded it as well. So at absolutely regular intervals. So it's very interesting to me about how those sounds are in rhythmic patterns very similar to these sounds, and they play off each other. So all three are designed to kind of work together and to create a space in here. They're also designed to work separately.
For this digital drawing and collage called Battle on Waves 103 to 309 Hertz, I have used drawings of warships and made when I was a young boy, longing for my father who was far away working on a cargo ship. They fight against an armada of ships my father used to work on, and they are scanned from framed photographs which were hanging in my parents' apartment. The work deals with the role my father had to shape me and my life, and my struggle to create my own journey, not on a ship, but in my art. Spread among the ships, there are 3 death islands. One is from Arnold Böcklin's famous painting Toteminsel. One is San Michele, the cemetery island in Venice. And the third is the island with my parents' summer cottage. No one has used the house for a very long time, so the cottage is slowly decaying, as well as my father, whom I symbolically buried in the ground. This work also has a hidden geometry. For example, the 4 waves on which the ships in the drawing sail covers the wavelengths of human speech. The longest, 103 Hz, is at about 3.3 meters. The shortest, 309 Hz, is 1.1 meter. In this work, my childhood drawings of war machines fight against my son's war troops. Drawings he made when he was about 5 to 7 years old. My troops come in from the left and Adrian's from the right. It was a very sensitive moment when I scanned my own childhood drawings and traced the lines in a vector program. I added some blood and corpses to get a sense of reality to the fight also. And on the floor there are a pistol and 2 bullets made of concrete and casted in the earth, which leave traces of earth, roots and leaves on the surfaces. The gun is photographed during different times of the year in a series of works, which starts with a reconstruction of the first gun my son made from a sushi stick and a garlic press when he was around 1 year old.